This just confirmed what we all feared, that it was a bad investment. Yeah, can't really candy coat it past that. Brad J with you. This is Dodger Digest. Subscribe, like, turn on the notifications. What am I yapping about today? Well, I predicted this all along. If you actually go back and listen to the live show that we did yesterday, the 60-minute show, I said he's going on the IL. There's no doubt about it, he's going on the IL. I said it to Mike Nelson. I said it to everybody on Dodger Digest, and it's becoming true. Yep, it's becoming true. I'm talking about Tanner Scott is who I'm talking about, and this turns out to be kind of a bad investment for the Dodgers. Do you think? Do you think this is going to hurt the Dodgers in the long run? Spending the kind of money that they spent to pick up Tanner Scott, a guy that was a thorn in the Dodgers' side, who now is continuing to be a thorn in the Dodgers' side, even now that he's playing for him. And I'm not laughing because I'm making fun of him. I'm just, this is the situation, and this is baseball, and this stuff happens. And I said it yesterday. I got receipts. Go ahead, back to the live video that we recorded yesterday that we went live with, and I said towards the end of that show, Tanner Scott is going to go on the IL. And one of the biggest reasons, not just because Brad Stradamus predicted it, is because China's coming back and Snell's coming back. They're both doing good in their rehab assignments. Maybe one more shot at rehab out there for them, and they'll be back. And you got to make room. So, big contract, a lot going on. He came out in the ninth inning after completing 8. Dodgers looking to snap the skid, 5-2 win over the Twins, but it wasn't easy, right? He walked a batter, hit another batter with 2 strikes before working to Twins catcher Ryan Jeffers. Scott felt a sting in his left forearm. Shouldn't he have felt that about 8 blown saves ago? Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said he'll go in for an MRI Tuesday morning. Scott will most likely land on the injured list, which is already 13 names long for baseball's highest payroll club. And it goes on to say Brad Stradamus predicted this. Actually, it doesn't go on to say that, but it should, because I did predict it. I said it yesterday. All right. Here's the part that hurts. Left-handers in the first year, 4 years, $72 million as the most expensive free agent reliever signed last offseason. Already struggled playing his first with LA, 4.14. That's the ERA with 47 appearances, 7 blown saves, 26 tries. So there you go. And that game almost got away from him if James Outman doesn't make that catch out in center field. So this is just continuing to go bad for Tanner Scott. But here's the deal. All right, Brad J always likes to have a silver lining on this one. Protect the investment. You spent that much money on him, right? If it was my parents, I'd say, well, you bought it with your own money. But you spent that much money on the guy, so protect the investment. If something is wrong, he felt a snag, a sting, a twinge, whatever the terminology for that, you want to protect Tanner Scott. So whether it's trading the guy eventually, whether you're using him, maybe he gets back on track. There's so many variables that can go on there. So my situation, what you got to protect it. You got to protect the investment 100%. If you don't, that's a lot of money to just trust that, right? All right. Dodgers appear to be adding flame-throwing pitcher to roster. Edgardo Henriquez. Yeah, that's the dude they're talking about. They cleared out a spot. He's got a locker area right now for him, and he was, as of yesterday, he was activated. So he can throw the ball near 100 miles an hour. Let's see what he can do for the Dodgers because, man, we could use some help out of the bullpen. So Edgardo Henriquez, he is coming in. Dodgers making changes. You know what they've always said? What have the Dodgers said since the beginning? The commitment is to win. It's not a commitment just, hey, we want to finish strong in the National League West. That's not even an option. Their option is to win. That's what the Dodgers are trying to do. So making some changes. I mean, and you could harsh this and say, that's not a good change. Right? You could say that. But could you say this? Dodgers predicted a trade for Mason Miller after Tanner Scott injury news. So this is the new one that's being floated out there. What do you have to say about that, Dodger fans? Mason Miller, Brad J. Seriously? The dude can throw the ball, right? All right, was Scott expected to be out a significant stretch? The Dodgers could decide to answer their bullpen questions with the emphatic trade and Bleacher Reports. Zach Reimer in with this one. Zach always is predicting, and he must have some gypsy in him or something. I don't know what's going on there. But he predicted the team would do so by landing A's star closer Mason Miller. Yes, Mason Miller, the Mason Miller, who can throw 104.1 miles per hour. Right? Slow start, but now posting a 1.96 ERA. The Dodger bullpen would kill for something like that, right? So, what do you think about this one? Is this something the Dodgers need to go on? The A's closer, 1.96 ERA, can throw 104.1 miles an hour. Hopefully, accurately would be a good way to do that. But I mean, to me, what are you going to do? 10 days to go. Do you add a bat, right? Do you add a relief pitcher? It seems to be, if you listen to what everyone's saying, it's all about the relief pitcher. Dodgers need to get a good relief pitcher. So, if you're looking at that end, well, then I think that Mason Miller is a good idea. And I love the fact that Edgardo Henriquez has been brought back up. He might be able to do something for the Dodgers. And latest news on Max Muncy. Everything is moving a lot faster than the Dodgers had planned. They thought weeks and weeks and weeks, which they didn't really let on to that when it first happened, but then they started saying weeks and weeks and weeks. But because he's been playing catch, because he's been fielding ground balls and throwing, they feel that it can be less than 2 weeks from this point on, is what they're saying. So, whether you like that or not, like to see Max come back. And finally, Dodgers tonight coming up. Yamamoto on the mound. 2.59 is ERA, 116 Ks. That's what he's done. Woods Richardson is the guy he's going against. He's got a 3.95 ERA, 62 Ks on that. So, and then finally, what's the deal with Freddie Freeman getting hit? Has anyone even? People aren't even talking about this. So he gets hit the game before in the wrist, and then he plays yesterday. Like, how does he even continue to go and play after getting hit in the wrist, and then gets out there and plays? To me, I think Freddie needs a break. I think Freddie needs someone give him a rest. All right. Well, the Dodgers got it tonight. We got to get the sweep. That's what we're talking about. We got to get back on track. You're supposed to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. I've always said that. You've heard me always say that. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and the Dodgers are supposed to beat the Twins. So that needs to happen to complete the sweep, with tomorrow's game being the third and final game. That's going to do it for Dodgers Digest as you go through the day. Think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.